Are you looking for the next craft beer to try? Well, maybe Citra Evolution from Ellison Brewery and Spirits is the one for you. Welcome back, everybody. So we are going to try double dry hop Citra Evolution. Thank you to Jamie and Patrick. They went up to the brewery and picked me up a 4-pack. So this is, I know I saw it, a 6.75 ABV. Not sure about the IBUs. They are not on the can, and Untapped is not showing the IBUs. This is a New England IPA by Untapped. From the can, yeah, it doesn't say, it just says double dry hopped IPA. Oh, almost missed it there. There we go. I'm not 100% sure if this is just the Citra is used in both dry hops or if that's the only hop in this beer. I try not to look at anything about the beer before I taste it. We do have a white head, all small bubbles. About a finger and a half of head. Bubbles are spread apart like bubble wrap. If we look at the color, it is watered down orange juice. Very, very hazy. Cannot see through it. Tons of bubbles. There we go. They're all gone. I can see a couple, but it's just on like the outer sides because you can't see through this thing. Let's go ahead and get a smell. Yeah, that fruitiness really comes through. Fruit, a little bit of pine and citrus mixed together. Very, very good smell. It's not, I wouldn't say it's your typical, New England IPA where that juiciness really, really ramps up in the smell. That fruit juice does come out, but that citrus and pine mix in there well together, and I don't get a yeast smell. Let's go ahead and get a drink. Some generic fruit up front, maybe a little bit of pineapple up front there. Then as it's going back, you do get a tiny bit of citrus, a good amount of bitterness. It's perfect, I think, for this beer. Very smooth. It's not, the bubbles aren't popping in my mouth, but I can feel them going down the back. So I would say it's a little bit overcarbed, if anything. Yeah. Aftertaste, you do get more of that citrus, that orange zest in there. Some bitterness, not very much, but I do get the bitterness in the aftertaste as I'm not drinking it. Yeah, pretty good beer. I would probably have to go with a 4.25 out of 5 on this one. I would like to see the front end upped, the taste. That juiciness, that generic juice isn't really that strong in my opinion. I think it needs to be more. Good bitterness, it does balance well if it had some more juiciness up front. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely one I would pick up. I don't think you can get this in stores. I could be wrong. But obviously, like I said at the beginning, this was picked up from the brewery. If you're into bitter beers, I don't know how much you would like this. That after bitterness is kind of high, but I think it works well in this beer. But definitely one to try. So let's look at Untapped. So 8 of my friends have had this, average 4.22 out of 5, and almost 1,300 people have had this, average 4.15 out of 5. Yeah, I'm a little bit higher than them. I do like Citra hops. I know people don't. My guess would be if you actually went through every single comment on this, I think you would see some people aren't liking the bitterness. But if we look at, let's say, the guide for this, it does say Citra, hops, tropical fruit, tangerine, passion fruit. I really don't get passion fruit. Again, I don't know how old this can is. They're not putting it in, or they're not putting a date on there. But I think that generic fruit up front and in the smell, it's not that powerful to pull out like a passion fruit. To me, I believe like passion fruit is more on the dank fruit side for me, and I'm not getting anything from this beer. Smooth bitterness, I think that's true. If we look at some of the people, 4.25, 3.5, but no comments. Yeah, a lot of these people are showing purchased at Ellison. So, yeah, definitely a good one. Definitely one to try if you're into Citra, into dry hopped beers. Just if you're not a big bitterness person, you might still buy this because it's still a good beer, but you might be put back by that bitterness. So thank you for joining me, and until next time, happy brewing. If you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and thumbs up, and check out some of our other videos.